Hey, my desk cam's on. We got to think. I got don't be spying on my desk cam. How are y'all this morning? We got top secret information in that notebook. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Chris had the Whataburger commercial. Taboo Child had a Kraken commercial. Is that like the Kraken rum thing? Robo Jimmer, 15 months sub. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yo. Yo. Yo, as they say. Blaine, what's up? Miss Crafty Suze. Glad everyone. How's life, Brad? I think okay. Like this is the first stream like today. I don't genuinely know what I'm gonna talk about today. Because I have too many little things going on where my brain is I'm like the Kramer thing. I'm like I don't know what's really happening up here right now. So Bork and Bork, morning Aurelius. Is it cold in ATL? Not yet, but tonight it'll be in the 40s. So right now we have like a windstorm blowing through right now where it's not going to rain today, but it's completely overcast and about 15-mile-an-hour winds. Like the trees are whipping. So that just means a little cold front's coming in, but in the 40s still isn't that cold. Big snow. For you to say big snow, it's got to be big snow. What's big snow out there? I'm expecting 2 feet plus, right? What's big snow for you, Jesse? 8 inches to a foot minimum. I like that. Our minimums when we predict snow out here, it's the minimum is always 0 to 2 inches is usually our range if it's even predicted. I like how they put in that zero. Conid finally shipped. Nice. I need to ink up my Conid. Maybe I should bring that to Houston. I gotta figure it out. Ordered May 18th. Is that normal, Blake? Oh, Thagoras, thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very much. I've been wanting to do this more and more. Like I've been putting it off and trying to figure out like what am I going to talk about? What are we going to do? Things like that. So I finally got into a little bit of a routine and I'm going to work on ramping it up. So thanks so much for saying that. I appreciate it. So a foot of snow, 2 days in the 60s, and another snowstorm, and then highs in the 20s. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Oh man. So yeah, I'm gonna estimated to ship at the end of August. What did you order, Blake? Which model? So my last Conan I ordered from Fontaplumo, so they already had the stock of the Fontaplumo, the Monarch. Oh, Nudie Branch Sailor minis that came out today. No, please link. I'm glad that Sailor's starting to make more of those minis. It's all I could do to not buy the Minimalistica. Nice. It's all I could do to not buy one of the what's the Bung Box ones? The the Leo from Bung Box at the San Francisco Pen Show. But I held off the Zodiac signs. Thank you. See, the only thing I'm drinking today is coffee. Like I need it. All right, let's pull these up over here. All right, I'm not going to scroll, but this picture is already like a very positive thing. Let's see here. All right. All right, so we have very pretty colors. We do have an English translation now on Kingdom Note. Did they always have the English? Oh, and it put me back to the main site. Rip. All right, let's go back. So we have Pikachu over here. That's what I'm going with. This one's called Pikachu. This one's called Squirtle. Ooh, look at that. These are translucent. Is that brown? Can I expand these? Look at the circle click zone. Have you ever seen a circle click zone on a website? What the hell did I just see? All right, I got to go back to the circle. It's actually called a Pikachu Sea Slug. Is that where it came from? All right, there we go. Wow, I can even make these bigger. All right, there we go. So this is number one. So the grip section doesn't match the finial. The hood doesn't, the drapes carpet thing. Is that how it goes? which I think is an interesting decision. It doesn't matter. It's just not something I normally see. So that's cool. This is very banana slug. Oh boy, it really doesn't like me getting back. Did I break Kingdom Note? Nope. And it's got matching ink. Let's pull this up. This ink bottle picture is seriously interesting. Sorry, like yeah, that's maybe not the best idea. The Quesera Pacifica. I'm saying this Spanish and it's Japanese, so I don't know what that was for. I apologize for that. I just like the color that this is representing in the bottle, even though it's going to be nothing like that. It's this very, very weird color, which I kind of appreciate. All right, so that's one. Look, I got to go back to this. This is going to bother me. Any of you web devs, web app creators, I want you to check this out. Let's see if I can bring it up. Watch when I click this. So I can click on this. My highlight zone is a circle. Watch. You see that? I have never seen a circle highlighted zone before. So Robert Oster 7-pack from their website. No, I don't even know that one. Show me that. We need to. I'm making notes of things I want to talk about today. I have questions. So yeah, this is the completely unplanned show today. I didn't even bring any envelopes to address. But I'm making notes of things I want to talk about as I think about them. I would show you my notes, but I'm writing this on a page where I have some secretive stuff on there. All right, we'll pull that up in a second. All right, number 2. This is Patrick. Yeah, so the first one's SpongeBob. This is Patrick. We got some Squidward down here. Squidward. I don't know. Mr. Krabs, maybe. All right, this one looks more up my alley than the yellow one. So what do we got here? That circle's going to drive me insane. What's the status of Mike's Alice in Wonderland? Yes, I can say. Let's finish this, but we will circle back. All right, that's pretty cool. It's still, where's the, okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a little gold for me, but it's pretty awesome. My kids, I did let my kids watch SpongeBob. I bet they haven't watched it. They haven't watched it in years. So, who knows? Who knows? I restrict some things. SpongeBob was not one of them. Mostly because I wanted to watch it. It was like, if we're gonna have a cartoon on in a room that I'm present in, SpongeBob is probably gonna be on because I can handle it at least then. All right, so what is Patrick Star called here? What's the real name? Oh, I need to look at the ink bottle, I guess. Oh, Barney. Yeah, Barney can jump into the purple lake that he came from. Okiniya Hiroi. It's very pretty. Very pretty. See, I like doing this. I like doing this stuff on stream because we won't always talk about this type of stuff on the podcast. Like the podcast I'll reserve for like my Sailor 4 a.m. talk. Like I don't need like every Kingdom Note release on there. All right, purple. Do any of these have silver trim? We're all gold trim so far. Oh, this purple has yellow. What is happening here? So they're really doing the mix and match thing. Oh, Caillou can go pound sand. Yeah, all you have to do is look up like Caillou memes. That's not a good show. It's just an annoying show. Did you see the Iron Gall ink? You DM'd me. I'm going to go with no, but that doesn't really mean a lot. No, you sent me the... No. It's not in the normal place you DM me. You sent me the Visconti Iopena link. You sent it on Instagram? Oh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, the medieval one. Yes. All right. Um, for someone who loves purple and yellow as much as I do, this one's not doing it for me. I really think it's that triple colorway, even though that's something I would have picked out. Like I would have, yeah. But the purple is too light to go with. This one's bugging me for some reason. I'm gonna go least favorite so far on this one. I think I might like the yellow better. Right now, the pink's winning for me. Um, yeah, but like if I was building a pen, I would certainly go like triple colorway like this, like barrel and cap one color, grip section one color, finials one color. Opus, thank you so much for the sub. Oh, then yeah. Sorry, Tony. You've known me long enough. I'm not really quick on the uptake. But the thing was, there was only one comment so far on there, which was pretty funny. Someone had sent me the link. We'll circle back to this too. IOPenna. Let's finish that up. Okay, this one wins. Here's the winner. Here's the winner. Right? This one wins. Yeah. Game over. Game over. So they have the triple colorway on this one, but it works better for whatever reason, just to me, aesthetically. This is, what was the island one that they did like 2 years ago? The blue with the green finials that I love so much. It did it around the time of the Kingfisher. Yeah, that comment was super funny. So real quick on the IOPenna, someone sent me a link to where they won some design award, and I was trying to pull up the link so I could share it, but it would never like directly link to like the thing I wanted to share. The site was in French. It was a little bit hard to navigate, but it basically won whatever design award. But it's just, I could get one if I want one. I've been asked, and at first I said yes. And then I just thought about it more as like, I don't really want to spend $300 on that, because I really will not like it. Like, even as a joke, it's too much money. It's just, that's the problem. It's too much money. So like, I was just asked like 2 days ago, because I asked someone to get me one, or to look into getting me one. And they followed up, do you really want it? And I'm like, I think I'm going to hedge. I don't think. Pinch Sachi Sparkling Royal Purple. Yes, we saw that one last week, right? So this one wins. I love this design. Oh, look at the look. You are so fancy. Yeah, $300 is a lot for a gag. It's not like it's a Visionaire, right? Look at this. You can be so Mr. Fancy if you buy this pen. You know you all want to be Mr. Fancy. All right, Jesse. Thank you, I think, for showing me this, because now I really like this one. It's very pretty. What's this one called? Aldisa Albatrosse. Again, that was my Latin version of Japanese. Their nature naming convention. So what are these? 19,000 yen. So what are we? We're almost like 1-to-1. We're like moving over the decimal. So these are like almost $200. Am I doing that math right? Or like between $180, $200 if I just had to do that. And yeah, 187. So that, my ballpark math is right. That's very expensive for a mini. That's about the most expensive minis I've seen. Do these have gold nibs or something? Yeah, it's a gold nib. Okay. Well, a 14 karat gold nib. I guess all the Sapporos have gold nibs though. The Sapporo Mini, the basic Sapporo Mini was, yeah, they're not steel nibs. So what am I thinking? That's about the most expensive mini I've seen, right? I'm just glad they're bringing them back to the market. You know, for a while there, they weren't making minis. Oh, there's another one. Dang. I just stopped on the one I like. This is like a periwinkle blue. Yeah, this looks like the Sailor themed one, not Sailor the brand, but the Sailor sailing theme where they did the white, blue, gold one that was more widely released. Not in this model, of course, but that one that Mike got that was like the steel nib one. Yeah, this one's fine. This is the most regular of them all, I think, most standard looking. Looks great. But now this one is different though because the cap is different than the barrel. They're all over the place on this design, and the finials are mismatched. They're this one like let's keep our design consistency for these 4 pins, but on these 5th ones, let's flip it around a little bit. Let's really mess with Brad. That's what we're gonna do on this one. So yeah, it's fine. But this one, yeah, this is totally something I would make. It is all over the place. I'd say that's probably my least favorite. Purple's ahead of this one. That one is not going to win any design awards, no. Glaucus Atlanticus. Okay. Yeah, you do post the cap. But still. All right, that was very cool. I like those. I like them a lot. I like the idea that Sailor is making more minis. I want to see what else Kingdom Note has. When I click over to the English shop, do they really it's just like a notification of like the front page tax free. Oh, they do have an online shopping guide. Yeah. So, it's not a full English site. It's here, let us help you spend a little bit of money over here, which Kingdom Note's pretty awesome, right? All right, what am I looking at these at Robert Oster for? This one, the 7-pack Mud Pack. I have not seen this. What are we doing here, Bob Robert? Okay, we're celebrating the launch of our exclusive web shop with this 7-pack for 20% off and single low price for worldwide shipping. I did see that McCann is throwing out the first pitch tonight to Gaddis, both of my guys, right? I mean, that's some big boy catcher beardy love right there. I mean, that's my guys. Yeah, I imagine Kingdom Note is just, I mean, like, I'm scared to go to the Tokyo Pen Show, right? It's just... All right, so we have Muddy Crown, Muddy Wine, Muddy Swamp, Muddy Water, Muddy Sand, Muddy Bucket, and Muddy Dragon. Each color able to exhibit interesting qualities when applied wet to receptive fountain pen friendly papers known for these effects. So these are sheeny, shady inks. Do we not have ink samples? I like the idea. I'd like to try one. If anyone wants to go in a 7-way, we each get one bottle. The Mud Pack is mysterious and dark, like gems hidden from view but revealed only to a few, so named denoting the dark and sometimes cloudy appearance of the colors when dry on your papers, eminently suited to writing as much as to ink art applications. And this is a shop exclusive. Subject to errors and changes, 100 ink packs guaranteed. That's pretty funny. So 133 Australian dollars, I'm assuming. What is that conversion here? $90. $90, 7. Yeah. Group buy of samples. So is someone ordering the set and then, yeah. So $100 for 7 bottles. Yeah, that's a good price. Does anyone have any swatch available? Like, is anyone seeing what they look like inside the bottle? I'm surprised he didn't post it. I like this though. I want to talk about this on the podcast tomorrow. There's one slot floating around. Cool. I'll bounce around. I'm moderately interested when you're doing something like this. Moderately interested. But not in my own set, right? Oh, just go past where I think it ends, and then there's maybe something. Ah, there you go. Wow, that's website design for you. All right, let's see here. Yeah, that's cool. It's like dark colors with sheen. I like them. This red is kind of interesting. Maybe that's wine, which I don't usually do red, but it's kind of got a gray, bronzy sheen to it. The purple looks like any other purple with sheen in it. The yellow looks pretty cool. It's kind of brown. Oh, those are those swab cards. His swab cards are really flat too. They're very porous, unless he's changed them. They're super porous, so I don't know that they're even the best indicator of how bright these inks could be. That blue color is pretty cool. Yeah. Color me interested. Especially like the wine. I'm guessing that's wine. What are the names again? A dense dark chlorophyll. Muddy swamp. Wow. Muddy dragon. I'll give it to him for the names. I like this. I like this naming convention and thing he's got going on here. All right, so the Boop asked me about Mike's Alice pen. He is coordinating the final leg of its journey. So our journey had a friend in Australia. No, New Zealand, who was going to be in Tokyo at the time of the show by chance. Made the event. Was also traveling with a friend from the UK, who then traveled back to New Zealand and then back to the UK carrying Mike's pen. So now Mike will be coordinating with the person back in the UK to ship within country to save us on shipping and customs. So that's the phase we're on right now. I don't know if he'll have it by tomorrow's show. He hasn't told me, and I know he's been out of town. So yeah, it was one of those processes that I love. It was really cool. The things we do, man, the things we do for pens. It's crazy sometimes. All right, so y'all already gave me some podcast stuff today. I like these Robert Oster inks. If there's anything else, like the Kingdom Note, I'm slowing the roll on the podcast for like all the Sailor exclusives because it's so much. Like I said earlier on, like the Sailor 4 a.m. will get all of my Sailor talk time. I don't need to go through every Kingdom Note release, so this is cool. We can do this here and nerd out about it, as opposed to the podcast. So I appreciate that. So if there's anything else, Slack is a great place for me to like get info and see new things and see what people are talking about, but I just rarely have the time to pop in there and get all my details taken care of. So I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all sharing them. Yeah, we talk too much about Sailor. I get it. There's always things that we're into. Like we've used to talk about field notes all the time, and we'd get these nastygrams about field notes. We don't get too many nastygrams about Sailor, but I know people are tired of it. Yeah, the Decimo we're going to talk about. And I have that down also because I will be with Pilots US rep on Saturday. So is there anything else y'all want to know? I need to find out about the Decimos. I mean, I'll obviously figure out what's in the pipeline, why they've been so boring recently. Is the Decimos in Japan going to be a new thing that we're going to all be a part of? So, I like seeing that finally. I feel like they're a little bit late on the uptick with that. When are they relaunching the Mew? Let's see. I'll ask that. They probably won't. They'll relaunch. I mean, if I was them, I'd relaunch the Murex before the Mew because they just did the Mew, right? For the 90th. Now, 11 years ago. I can't believe that pen's 11 years old already. Right? 11? Because last year was the 100th. Yeah. Give me a Murex. I prefer the Murex anyway. If I'm going the Pilot vintage route, I'm a Murex man. I like the Mew. I want to use the Murex all the time. That's my favorite. It's my favorite. All right. Fountain pen day is coming up. Did y'all know that? What day is that on? What's the date of fountain pen day? It's like, is it the first Thursday in November? I could probably pull up the site. Here, we'll pull up these Mews again since it was in the chat. I mean these decimos. November 1st, actually the 1st, huh? Very cool. So here's my question. What's up with that? Is it fountainpenday.org? Sneaky Pie, thanks for the follow. Did he change the thing? Oh, is it Fountain Pen Days now? Carrie confuses me with all his stuff. There it is. 1 week's 3 days. So here's my question. Fountain Pen Day 2019, November 1st. Always do a giveaway for Fountain Pen Day. Oh, hang on. Let's get this question. Any good fountain pen tags to use for any post video ideas? What do you mean exactly? Like to get like viewers, like tagging for like viewership, what would people find? Old school YouTube videos using tags. I'm not a YouTube professional. That's one area of this that I'm lacking in, that I keep threatening to do something for. I mean, I would just use the big tags like fountain pens, writing, analog, pen addict even. A lot of people like the pen addict tag on Instagram is just rampant. That's not my stuff, but it's just everywhere. So, you know, I'd start with the big, broader tags. And I'm a light to moderate tag user. Like if I use 3 tags in like an Instagram post, that's about the time I start to like think about it and worry. You're not going to see me like doing a second post of just like 20 tags like under my original image. I'm not comfortable doing that. I don't know what benefit it does to me, as opposed to like a detriment to what my page looks like. So I always just use the biggest picture tag as I can use, even though they're not specific, right? So I'll use fountain pen, pens, writing, paper, pen addict. Sometimes analog works, things like that, but I never really analyze that stuff either. Oh, Brooks, I'm going to kill you. Fiber to your house. Man, I wish. See you, Blaine. Have a good one. I wish. One of these years, you know, actually next year, maybe into next year. So we'll see. Yes, I'm failing at being an influencer. I don't do super influencer-y things, even though like I have a platform where I could do that. It's, you know, you got to do what you believe in and what you're comfortable with. Like, and everyone's different. It's not an opinion on what other people are doing. I just know what I'm comfortable doing. So, yeah, that's my take. You know, probably the more specific is better. Jesse could probably answer that better than I could. But I just go very light on the tags to begin with. And I do them more for general purposes. Like I've never tagged something and gone back and looked and said, oh, how did that do for me? Not once in my life ever. That's just me. Jesse's probably going to shoot me right now. You're doing it all wrong. Good morning, Gumbo Man Pat. I bet I do, Jesse. I bet I do. All right. Fountain pen day. So, what I wanted to ask you, or it's not really an ask, I'm pretty much going to tell you. Oh, we're not going to get there yet. Alex is still going. I think my use of the word tags is being taken differently. Thinking of more like prompts. Okay, like writing prompts, like tags, like, so I'm getting ready to do a thing for Gold Spot that I think a bunch of bloggers are doing, and we have like a list, like it's like 8 or 10 questions of writing prompts. So once I'm done with that, I'll gladly share like all those things with you. But yeah, if you can just ask people what they're interested in, people will gladly tell you. So things like, what are your favorite pens? Like one of the ideas I have for this that I want to talk about, and this is like a perfect example. So like this is a future episode of the stream where we're going to go, well, these are the top 5 microgelling pens I have. What are your favorites? Is this list still accurate? You know, what do you use? Anything where you can ask people about what they use is going to be interesting. And then follow up with why do you use that? Is there a specific reason why you use those things? I'm still not sure I'm like totally getting to the nuts and bolts of your question, but anything, the more open-ended you can make it, the better. And especially if it's a very specific topic like pens or ink, like something that you see someone really loves. So yeah, like one of my topics is going to be, I'm going to break down this list one day because it's been over a year or almost a year since I've updated this list. And I start to get emails, but it hasn't really changed that much. But I need to go through it as well. And I want to do that on stream. We're going to break down and have some conversations. Not today. Maybe that's Thursday or next week type of thing. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I'm hoping that's getting somewhere for you. All right, let me get this fountain pen day thing out because I always do a bigger sized giveaway. Good, Tony, that's fine. For fountain pen day, you know, I've had some really high dollar giveaways for fountain pen day, or no, for my regular Tuesday giveaways recently, you know, like over $200, like the Big Eye Design and the Pen Sachi. That's not the norm. But always for fountain pen day, I always give away like a nice pen for fountain pen day. And I was wondering what you think that should be this year. Like I'm open, like I don't ask my advertisers or sponsors to provide me the things for fountain pen day that I'm going to give away on the blog. And I've got a ton of stuff at home like that I could just give away, but I'm going to be at Dromgool's on Saturday. I'd like to pick up something new to do for a giveaway. I'd like to keep it like in the $200 to $300 range. That's just the right comfort level. Anything above that starts to like people start to act differently, I believe, in trying to win the giveaways. Don't do a sale of my pens giveaway for fountain pen day. Like that's a good idea. I have a really good pen that I could give away. But we'll see about that. I'm not too sure. But I kind of want it to be something new. So my thought was I was going to do 2 things. One, I could do 823 always comes up. That's a good option. I think I did that last year. You have to go look. I think I did 823 last year for this reason. The other thing that Dromgool has is the Sailor Custom Ink series. What are they called? The 123 series. That's what I call them. They have the Sailor 123s. Yeah, but I was wondering like Sailor Studio line. Yeah. So like, should I buy like a 5-pack of those inks or like 2 5-packs and give away like 2 5-packs of inks? Cause they're not easily accessible, right? You have to call up and order over the phone, which is fine. Yeah, but I don't know would I do 10 giveaways? or like 5 sets of giveaways. Y'all seem to be more jacked about if I gave away like 10 bottles of ink that you can't get than if I got like one pen that was new to the market or whatever. Just because of the hotness of those inks and coolness. That was terrible. That was terrible content right there. I apologize. That was not on purpose. Hotness and coolness in the span of a sentence. Who's the target? Pen Addict readers. I like to do giveaways every week. It doesn't matter, noobs or addicts, just readers in general. Like, it's not something I try to overthink. Like, I'm not trying to like gain audience by doing these things. It's just a give back thing that I do. I just try to do something bigger for Fountain Pen Day. So, pens seem. So yeah, I'll see what's there, see what I can do. I am keeping a Drum Goals list, so I need Sailor Studio on that. I was just wondering if there was like any like pen also that might be a thing. Pro Gears, that's actually not a bad idea. I was thinking about the 4 a.m., but I don't know if that'll be out in time. That doesn't come out till like later. Yeah, once you're in the know, even supposing, they're not as hard to get. It just requires me to pick up the phone or show up to a pen show. But yeah. So, Mr. Blather, it took me like 3 tries to refresh it and get it to launch. I don't know why. I had a DNS error the first time, and then it hung, and then it finally came up. What was the... You know what would be good? The pen that I like, that I'm threatening to buy myself, is the Sailor Lighthouse. Did I give one of those away last year? ST DuPont. You know who's going to be there is David Oscarson. I should give away an Oscarson pen, right? That's what y'all want me to do. That's a joke, by the way. Oh, what was I writing? Sailor Studio. Oh, I know. I was trying to remember myself to bring them some Shiba pens because they're big dog fans there. Stressman M605 is going to be pretty dope. Not going to lie. That's a cool pen. That's a very tempting pen. Ooh, ditch your 805? Which 805 do you have? The gray. I mean, you could probably pay for the whole thing, right? If you sold it. That's one of the best pens they make. So you would have no problem making that swap. Totally, Blake. I liked it when it came out. I was like, oh, this is cool. I don't need it. And the more I see it with those clear finials and that gray, you know, I like that gray. Like I made one of the Pen Addict Model 02s in gray. I like gray. I don't know why I like gray pens, as long as they have a pop of color somehow. Yeah, so I'll see if they have them in store. That's on my list. So we'll see. That's a decent idea. So, okay. So something to think about. Maybe I'll do the pen for Fountain Pen Day and just get a stack of inks to give away later. That's probably the route to go. There's no reason I have to do it all at once. What'd you get, Sam? Ooh, I think that's my favorite M205. As much as I like the Star Ruby, I think the Aquamarine is a really neat color. That's maybe my favorite out of like the last 5 or so that they've done. You know, and I still only use the black 205. I should get me a translucent 205 to use for myself. I just have the black 205, and then I have a blue stripe one that's years and years and years old that I never use. Blake will make you a hot deal. You better watch out. He might have paid like $1,000 for it. Yeah, like it's a shockingly good pen. Like I'm gonna be talking about that on this video. I'm gonna actually do like a real YouTube video somehow. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm gonna do like a YouTube content video and see how that goes. Yeah, I mean, Pelican's an expensive brand to love. But what's funny is once you get into like the 600 and 800s, if you shop right, you can get them actually for a value, which sounds stupid when you talk about Pelican. But that price point in the market, when you shop like overseas retailers, the 600 and 800s make the 205s and the 400s look ridiculously overpriced. Because that's what really got me into Pelicans and realizing that, hey, I really like these pens a lot, is when I found like 600s and 800s for reasonably good prices. B-nib with the Ackerman purple. That's kind of perfect. Well, congratulations. I think it's a fantastic pen. I should probably get one myself. Buy your Pelicans and Colt pens. I mean, the really prices are kind of, you don't like to. We've had this conversation a lot over the years, and it's something Pelican does to themselves, but they don't treat the U.S. market fairly. And if you're going to tell me that, you're going to pay $150 more here just to support, your favorite retailer here, it's like, I get it, but that's not a good decision. You'll have other opportunities to support your favorite U.S. retailer. If Pelican's going to make this pricing decision, it's okay to support other brands and other retailers, right? You're not supporting your favorite US retailer. If you're in the US market, you're making a good buying decision, and you'll continue to support them for other things. So that's the way I look at it, right? When you're spending that much money on a pen, for sure. And it just, I don't get it. Just one of those things. And the back and forthness of it all is just the weirdest thing about Pelican. It didn't seem like it would be that way, but here we are. All right, so yeah, but we're not helping, right? Because so if I buy from Cult Pens, let's just say I buy from Cult Pens. They're not getting Cult Pens demographic information. They're just getting Cult Pens orders. So Cult Pens will place more orders and Jet Pens will place less orders. Like if in theory we're shifting our buying over there. To me, that just, I don't know. Does that mean that they're going to try to focus more, or they're just going to pull out more? Yeah, right. That's the fight you're fighting. And what would Pelican think is like, oh, we're losing the US market, or oh, we're crushing the European market and we're going to focus there even more so? I don't know. I mean, there's no answer to that question. Yeah, the 200 Pelicans are close enough to the price range, but you start getting into like over $100 differences pretty quick. Tessa, that's a lot of what I get feedback wise on Pelican. It's a different feel. And I talk a lot about how this pen doesn't feel like X price, right? Like just in the feel. I paid $100 for it and it feels like a $50 pen. What Sailor does differently is the quality of what it actually is with the piston and the nib ends up justifying the cost. The more you use it, the more I've used that pen, the more I go, oh, I get it, right? Like I totally said the same thing. It's like, why would anyone spend $125 on this pen that feels like, say, a Pilot Prera, which is $40, right? They're not dissimilar in feeling. And it became like an overtime thing as I used the Pelican to understand that the quality of the build was such a high level compared to a lot of brands that were half the price that it ended up feeling worth that to me in the end, even though in the beginning I felt totally like you do. But now I've switched my tune to I completely recommend the 205 all the time, like, without hesitation, even though the price can be a weird feel by the time you get it in your hand and you're like, well, did I really just pay like $130 for this? And it feels, like, what do I have here? Some toy. But the more I used it, the more I appreciated it. But that's not, that's not to say, either way is right or wrong. It's like, I get that. The 205 is a weird and oddly priced pen. I will say that. But they get it and they sell them. So it was an acquired taste for me, admittedly. Yeah, the mechanics of what Pelican does, they do the best. Does anyone have a better piston than Pelican? I can't think of off the top of my head. Aurora doesn't. Sailor doesn't. Those are the two most common pistons I use. Montegrappa doesn't. Is anyone in that level? Probably, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. And that's true for their lowest dollar pen to their highest dollar pen. TWSBIs have good pistons. I mean, they don't include a tool in there for nothing, right? I have used TWSBI's tools for good reason. It's just sometimes you need them. Mont Blanc, sure. I don't use Mont Blanc enough to like totally know, but yeah, I could see that completely. Having a really, really good piston. So that's what you're getting in Pelican. Does it justify the price? Maybe not. Like, I totally get that argument. I think in the end, the Starboard Ruby wasn't shiny enough for me. How was that? Did I just see today they had the next national parks? Was that on my Twitter feed earlier? Seemed like I had some kind of arch, or I don't know where I saw it. We're going to talk about that on the show tomorrow. I really didn't realize, did I miss it in the beginning that they said they were going to do all of these parks? I feel like I might have. That's a lot. I can't keep up with field notes. That's the problem now. Do we have a picture of what the EXO looked like this year? They always do a good job with those. I packed a bunch of those in envelopes last week. Yeah, so Mont Blanc is mostly style for me, right? Because the black and gold thing. But I bought a 149 because I got it for a good price. And it is amazingly good pen. Like, it's really, like, I feel like luxurious when I write with it. It's really nice. And I would buy other Mont Blancs. And I use the Bohem, the little mini one, more than anything. But I like Mont Blancs. It's just they don't do enough in the style department for me, for my aesthetic. What, that ultra black one? Like, I've been tempted to buy the ultra black one. Stainless steel 146. I haven't looked at that. That sounds interesting to me. You know I like stainless steel. But those are the only two I have, is the Bohem and the Arches. That was the new one. Thank you. It was driving me crazy. Hey, what have you missed? Whoo! All of it. You've missed the first, 50 minutes. I don't know. We talked about a lot so far. For a show I had no plans for, a stream I had no plans for. We've covered a lot of little topics. Speaking of stream, I put in a request. So my little emote guy. and my banners, like my starting and be right back banners and my Pen Addict hype guy, those things. So my Twitch level that I'm at allows me 5 emotes. So I only have one, just this one. And I put in a request for 4 more, except I haven't designed any of them yet. So what emotes do we want? Do we want like a fountain pen nib? I get 4. Does the mat say mat? Which mat on? Which one are we on? On the Meisterstück? I'm missing what mat we're talking about, whether it stays matty or shiny. I would assume most mat is going to eventually be shiny, regardless of what we're talking about. MB Ultra Black, yeah, that's a good question. I just assume all matte eventually gets shiny. Need a troll emote, but what's the trolling emote? Do we need like a sailor emote, like an anchor? Open the box. Yeah, I'm carte blanche 4 new emotes. I'm just basically in the queue and I've paid for them, but we haven't done the designs. What's up, Dan? We hadn't talked bad about you yet today, but we can start now. So if anyone wants to talk bad about Dan, I did might have caused a problem for you, maybe not really, but I'll about Yardaled. Hey, just the nib. Pen Addict logo. I thought about that, Tessa. Just one problem. Yeah, I said a thing on a phone with a thing about a thing, and it's not a bad thing, but I was like, oh, never mind. Cool. The 605 Stressman. Oh, we were talking about Pelican's US pricing. I'm sure that's a lovely topic for you to discuss. We did talk about that, so you missed that. Yeah, so what other emotes can we do? Should we do a fountain pen nib, ink bottle, or should we do something like funny? Like, I don't know. Should we have like Tony Kappa face or something like that? I gotta figure this out. I have like a month. Like the guy that I use, his name's Con Art. Y'all should follow him. I retweet his stuff sometimes if you follow me on Twitter, but he did all the artwork here, so I can't think of what else to do besides like fountain pen nib, ink. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh, nice. Nice, Chris. You the man. Ink splat. Yeah, I was definitely thinking something ink splatty. That always turns into things that aren't ink splatty. So that, gives me a little bit of a concern. But not really, because I'm also kind of an inner 12-year-old. And things happen. So, yeah. So, be thinking about emotes. I will have designs mocked here. It's going to be like a month. But I get 4, so I got to think about that. But I'm not using... Yeah, fishing vest is definitely one I thought about. I'll have to see if we can pull that off in the space allocated to see what it is. Like, fishing vest is like the perfect thing for emote, right? Notebook. Yeah, like fishing vest is exactly what I'm looking for. That's a great call. I just don't know if it would work. We'll have to see like what kind of detail we can get in there. He does a really good job. He gets a lot of detail in like whatever size these emotes are. I forget the sizes. I'd have to go look on the back end of Twitter. Brad's hair, we already have that one. We already kind of have. Yeah, just funny fishing vest times. I mean, this is alright. That's probably as much hair as we're gonna get. Plus, I'm losing my hair, so we don't want to keep like doing that. That's awesome about the ultra black. That makes me want it more, even though I wouldn't care about if it got matted out at all. So. banana for scale. I'm looking at the stickers on my laptop to see, like pink robot would be good. Would make for a perfect little emote. I just don't know what you'd use it for. Hey everyone, throw some pink robots in the chat. That doesn't really work. Oh, so back to when y'all were talking about the field notes a second ago. We don't know they're going to do all the parks, but people are kind of starting to connect dots and making assumptions based on what they've put out after the set so far. Is that what y'all were saying? Because sometimes I don't have all the time to do my homework before the show. Notification. I'll tell y'all, I think I said this last week. The best thing about the new phone update is my phone doesn't ring if it's not in my contacts. I love that. Big fan. Because I keep my contacts like full. So I should know. All 59, I mean, they did 50 states, right? I have the iPhone 11, the new one, the Max. So yeah, I didn't say that. So the iPhone OS, if a phone number calls me that's not already in my contacts list, it just goes straight to voicemail. I love it. Oh, those are cool. I like that fish one. Right. Yeah, once they threw out Series D, then it's like, well, you're just going to keep going, right? Because why would you not otherwise? And you've done this before. Rewheels, I almost want to use my 4 slots for a full hype train. So that's also a consideration for emotes. So yeah, it's like, do I want to use them all for one large emote that you string together, which I do enjoy those. Let's see, like the squid one that everyone uses. Is that one of the stock ones? I don't even see it. Yeah, this one. Boom, 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 boom. So we could do a hype train like that. It will take them years to put out all 59? Yeah, for sure. Plus, how much few less would they print every one? Like the first 3, they had to print crap tons, but now they don't have to print as many. And it's just the cover art, right? The interior's basic. So if they just get cover art and print them, they could do it in a couple years, I would think. So that's what, 45 more? Oh. Yeah, my grammar's never going to be good. Although I will say, all you Southerners will be proud of me for some reason. My daughter decided to write on our whiteboard. They were off from school yesterday. She wrote "no school, y'all" on it. And for some reason, she put the apostrophe after the A instead of before the A. So we had a long discussion about y'all apostrophes. So yeah, my grammar's never good, Jesse. Yeah, I mean, they have to, knowing Brian and Jim, they're just probably dying to make a full national park set just for themselves, to have that one big box set of that thing. Like, that's like peak field notes, right? That is why they exist, is to make that thing. I bet they'll do it, especially since they already did the next set. If they do another one, then it's on. It's go time. Give them one more, right? So maybe they just had set D as these were the extra artists we were working with, and these we just decided not to go with this time, but we'll make them now. If there's another set, then it's go time. So anyway, I talk about it just because I'm interested like in the business aspect of it. Like, not that I want any of these. Like, I haven't used any of my my county fair, my national parks edition, and I probably won't. And I wouldn't buy like a full set of them, but I like seeing people do cool things like that. So, it's one of those things. Seeing what else, if we had anything I wanted to hit up today. I got a pack for drum ghouls. I go light on the packing for pins. Yeah, so I'm going to bring my Pilot Custom 91 912 PO nib, because the Pilot guy's going to be there. Oscarson will be there. I don't have an Oscarson. I'm not going to bring that. Morning, y'all. See, she gets the apostrophe right. She's even a West Coaster. Send my daughter over to Schmevelin. Bring one of my Nikias because it's already inked up and it's probably my favorite writing pen right now. Yeah, we're definitely going to have a Thursday stream. Thanks for bringing that up. I don't leave till Friday morning, and I will pack probably by Wednesday night. I'm a way advanced packer, and this is such a short trip. It's going to be dead simple to pack for. So I will pack Wednesday night probably. Because I'll be pretty busy Thursday. I am not going to Ohio this year. No more pin shows for me this year. I'm about to book my hotel for Philadelphia, though. Are there still room in the hotel? We need to do that. I'm going to try to go to multiple shows this year and not work. That's my new idea. We'll see if it comes to fruition. I don't know. I got a little burnout last year with work travel. Like, it's really intense. And like Dan can speak to that and Jesse can speak to that. And like, it's just, it wears you out. So I'd like to attend more shows just to attend. So, yeah. And I actually, as cheesy as this may sound, I think it's good for my business and like my brand. Like, I don't want to pretend that I'm not like doing things for like self-promotion stuff, right? Because this is my job. So it does help me to get out there more, even just to be around and just hang out. So I do think about that from time to time. But my guilt has always been, well, if I'm going to show up in the show, why can't I bring knock and sell and like make good money? Like, I have never lost money in a show. We always make money. And like, it's never even close. Like, we do well, we make a lot. But it's like, it's tiring. It's, exhausting, but I feel guilty if I'm not behind the table, like slinging wares, like, because that's also my business too. So this is the struggle that I'm going through, and it's not, struggle is the wrong word. This is the ideas I'm having in my head. Okay, what's the best way to go about this stuff? Trench coat sales for sure. Yeah. Yeah, so I've kind of come to the fact, after last year, even though I didn't travel to more shows than I normally do, I was way more exhausted doing them. Right? Like, I did not enjoy myself as much because it was just work. So I would like to spend more time just playing and just being me and just hanging out and talking to my friends. Go help Dan. Let Dan go to the bathroom for a change, I like helping my friends out and things like that. So, but yeah. Yeah, so like, I want to be like a show attendee. So I'm going to start that in Philly. That's the plan. Don't quote me on that like as a dead set lock, but I'm going to go. I will book a hotel for Philly before I head out to Houston. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and plan out my schedule for the year as much as I can in advance. Rizzles, congrats, by the way. Yay, jobs. totally. There's a big difference. And I haven't attended a show since 2013-ish, where I wasn't working. 2013, 2014. So I would just like to, I'm already very involved in the community, and I want to ramp that up even more. Like, do more cool stuff. Go to classes, hang out, work on behind the scenes stuff. So, yeah, I plan on it. And I would still be there the entire. And the other thing is, I would probably leave Sunday afternoon if I did that. You don't know how much of a difference that makes. Yeah, Tokyo. I was thinking before this event, I was thinking about 2 years might be the time. I might need to figure something out for the next one. That scares me a little bit. Just time frame wise. So we'll see. Steven, supposing have a great day. You're awesome. Hey, look. Autobot says, thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Autobot. So, yeah. So, is there a pin show that I have not been to that I need to for some reason? Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a while, Dwayne, but definitely. I knew who it was. It took me a second. I was like, why do I know that name? Oh, I know who that is. That's Dwayne. Colorado. I would say for sure Colorado would probably be for shows I've never been to. I think Colorado might be number one. And that would be the perfect show for me to attend and not work, right? Like, I just think that would be a cool hangout show. Have I ever been to the Atlanta show? I need to look into that a little bit and figure that out. Miami. I've been to Baltimore twice. Baltimore's at the top of my list this year. I haven't been to Chicago in a few years. I'm trying to get my wife to come to at least one show this year too that I'm not going to work at. So let's put it this way. Atlanta, I'll work. San Francisco, most likely work. Probably DC this year, since we didn't do DC. I'll either do DC or San Fran. I really have a heart. I don't know if I'll do both. We'll see. That's too far in advance. Baltimore's just great. Baltimore's really good. St. Louis, yeah. But like, I'm, no offense to the Ohio show. I'm just probably not going to go to that one. Tokyo. Yeah, no joke, right? Tokyo, London, right? I need to get international. I just got to figure out how I'm going to pay for all these shows to the travel. If I'm not selling, right? If I'm selling, then the trips pay for themselves. Ohio does have the best coffee. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. I love Tim. So, but I've never been to like Boston, New York, just those one-day shows. I've never tried to do that. And like, I'm not above to trying to do that because I can make a trip around it for like 2-3 days. Something. I don't know. I go back and forth from wanting to travel more to wanting to not travel at all. But the not traveling at all is just basically the working part. Like, I need to balance that better. Plan on working 4 to 5 shows and then attending 2 to 3 shows. Oh, I could totally sell at Tokyo. No doubt in my mind. I don't know that I would the first year. Match trips to the baseball stadiums. I agree completely. Because that's another thing I haven't done. If we didn't take this Florida trip this year, I was going to do like a baseball road trip. For as big a baseball fan as I am, I haven't been to a lot of other stadiums, major league stadiums. So I would totally plan on that. No, I don't really have a big presence hiding in Tokyo like Ian. His is a little bigger in that aspect. I just have like a core customer base, but not a like almost underground presence like Ian does. I would like to. Need to work on that. Pittsburgh would be at the top of my list for stadiums. Even though, no offense, the team's just not very compelling right now. I do like Josh Bell, but I'll have to. That'll be one of those trips where it depends on who they're playing. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I'm a baseball fan. I'll watch anyone play, but I'm sorry for your Pirates right now. They're not exciting. I do love Chris Archer, though. He's pitched terribly. So, yeah, Gurface, I like that question. Because Ian he dropped that on me like 2 years ago. Like when the first time he was going over there, he's like, yeah, I got all these customers and yada, yada. I was like, damn, dude, that is super cool. Super cool. I would bring a lot of products to Tokyo. I just not to sell. I'd probably give them out. I don't know how he does it. He's a machine. You talk to him and like you get it, right? Like, okay, I see why this works. Like Ian's a special cat, and I mean that in the most positive way possible. Like you spend 5 minutes with him and you're like, I see why this guy has the goods. Like he's legit. There's like a few people I say that about. Like Caroline Weaver's another one. You just have to spend a few minutes with them and you're like, I get it now. He is a machinist. I would love to go to both A's and Giants stadiums. I've always liked the A's. Growing up, I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So the only professional team you have in Louisiana are the Saints. I was never a big Saints fan growing up, but I was a baseball fan, so the closest was the Astros. So I'm obviously an Astros sort of fan. I'm a Braves fan through and through. But it was always the Astros next, then for some reason the A's I liked. Because I guess they were pretty good. Like when I was a teenager and early 20s, that's when they were winning the World Series and doing all the steroids and Bash Brother and all that stuff. So they were in the popular mindset around then. So for some reason I always latched onto them. Plus they have the most unique uniforms, I think. Ian Schoen Design, Schon, Schoen, DSGN Design. He left out a couple letters. Yep. Love his pens. Yeah, he's a real treat. He's a good dude. Oh, did y'all see that auction link I posted? There's people still coming in today on this link that I posted about that auction. Dan looked at it and he discovered there's a 25% buyer's premium, which is it's crazy. Oh, I'm not too young to remember Raleigh Fingers and the mustache. I mean, I didn't necessarily see him pitch, but I'm such a baseball fan. I obviously know all that. And for some reason, I like Catfish Hunter just because his name was Catfish. And yeah, the Sotheby's auction. I don't even see that link anymore. I mean, Ricky Henderson is one of the greatest people the planet has ever produced from an entertainment perspective. You know, just stuff like that. I was just always an A's fan. Yeah, those uniforms are just, they might be the best in the majors. That does something for me too. So, but I liked them all through from like right before the Bash Brothers all the way up into, Hudson, Mulder, and Zito, and all the way up till now with like watching Matt Chapman play is just beautiful. Where is that stupid auction link? Yeah, the longer I scrolled through that auction, the more I wondered whose collection this was. Let's put this back up. Because I replied to the person who sent that to me. Hey, Rich Dix. I replied to how I'm on that list, I'll never know. But it was just like a general PR blast thing, right? But still, I don't know how I got on it. Yeah, Kingdom Note shown design. Yeah, just kill me now. No, Catfish Hunter is not grumpy old man. Just from the movie, but the grumpy old man is your boy Rich Gossage. You want a grumpy old man, but I get what you're saying. So I actually replied to the person who sent this to me, and said, "Hey, I appreciate you sending that link. It's an interesting collection." She was like, "Most of these are new. Like almost all of these are like new in boxes. I mean, I didn't ask where they came from or anything. I don't really care that much, but this is a really interesting lot. Like you can tell, like there's a very clear thread through this collection. Like it's very high end, very nice, very rare. Some of it's regular. I mean, like the very first thing. I mean, it's not regular by any stretch, but this is I'm assuming one person's collection. I don't know. This stuff is wild. Did it even say Hemingway in the description? Like that was one of the things I looked at because I saw that. Like I was looking at these Namikis, right? I mean, their photography on this auction is amazing too. Like that's our 25% buyer's premium, Dan, is they have to pay like 5% to the photographer for all these pictures, right? Yeah, that's what I thought, Blake. When I remember reading that, I was like, it doesn't even say Hemingway on this. Orange and black resin fountain pen, right? That I did catch that. Because obviously that one jumped out of the page at me, along with the Namikis. And then one of the, I'll show you. I don't know if it's a Yukari Royale, but you'll know the one if you looked at this. The red one with the signature on it. Here's another one. That's the one Dan's going to bid on. Oh, unexpected error occurred. We're all looking at the same thing. So this is the one. Let me find the one that I thought was pretty wild. And it's certainly no shock coming from me. God, look at this one. Is our site dead? Nope. This isn't the one I was talking about, but look at that, man. This one's already at $3,200. That thing's awesome. All right, where's the one? Okay, here's the Mont Blanc, a black and orange resin fountain pen. This is great. I don't know. I think it might have been an Emperor. I'm going to pull it up here in a sec. But yeah, I love this. Black and orange resin fountain pen circa 1992. Oh, it does say Hemingway in the model number, but like it's just pretty classic that one of the most famous pens has been boiled down to a black and orange resin fountain pen, which is great. Yeah. So they're really not selling this pen for what it is, but people who are spending money on this know exactly what it is. It's only $900 right now. All right, where's my pen? Sorry if I'm hurting your face scrolling so fast. I do keep finding other interesting ones. Every Namiki one I stopped at. They're just so pretty. One of the problems at Dromgool's is they have a little display case of these pens, and I just sit there and stare at them. There's a Galaxy one. God, some of this site's not working. Like, it's like, there's no, don't need this pen. Here it is. It's a brass and gold plated Urushi lacquer. It's a Yukari Royale Red 80th anniversary. That's the one I want. So y'all get that one for me, okay? Okay, make it happen. The thing is, that thing's about the size of a brass town to write with. It's like writing with this. I don't know if I could swing that. But isn't that pretty? That's the one I want. past that. Yukari Royale Red Pilot 80th Anniversary. The thing is, like, all of these have, like, the original box, and, I mean, they all look brand new. That's the thing. I've seen some of these pens that have been left out in the sun. Like, you can tell, like, color differentiation in them. It's like, these look freaking amazing. I don't know. That's the one. That's the Brad pen right there. When is this auction in? 8 days. We'll follow up next week. What we'll do, we'll go around next week and see what all these ended at, and see if any of them are actually a good deal. But yeah, this was an impressive. It has to be a personal collection of someone, right? I don't even know that this would be like a shop closing down thing, because it's just one of all the things. But it's all the things. Like, it really is. I think the estimate might be a little high on this one. Yeah, this one's not in the 2,000 to 3,000 range like those other ones are. I don't think. This size and nib one. So yeah, one of the few PR emails I get that was actually legit good. It's fun to look at. Just, you know, some random Faber-Castells in there. Cron Dash. Oh, we have Cron Dash news. Let me finish going through this in case there's anything more I want to send this. And then we'll have Cron Dash news. Karen Dash. Cron Dash. What's the correct pronunciation? I just say I say them both ways, whichever comes out of my mouth first. More times than not, I go Karan Dash, but I think it's more Karan Dash. I'm never known for my pronunciation anyway. Oh, look at the basic crosses. Karen Dash? Yeah. Lots of Auroras. Karen Dash. St. Dubon. Blah, blah, blah. All right, that was it. So, super interesting catalog for sure. Let's see, auction details. They don't say that it was a particular thing. Whoa, that almost audio blasted us. Oh, conditions of sale. There is beep. Buyer's premium 25%. That's a monster price to pay. So, anywho. All right. Karen Dash. I think I'm going to do a $8.49 for the Pen Addict shop. What do you think? Would you buy it? I have a big buy-in to it, but it's reasonable. I think I could sell them. I'm getting my new Sharpies and my new Bit clicks for the shop here, and then the Sharpies might be here this week. The Bit clicks, I have the loaner ones coming, so that's gonna be fun. Just more like little swag stuff. But then I want to do an $8.49 because I love the $8.49 so much. I just don't know, custom colors, more expensive. You put the Pen Addict on it, something like that. Yeah, that mud pack, if he's only doing 100 sets, I bet that'll go pretty quick. It's a reasonable price for something interesting like that. For sure. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the $8.49? They'd come with the, the standard Goliath refill. I think I'm going to do it. And I'm So Sharpies and Bics are coming. No, it would be the ballpoint, $8.49. I don't like the fountain pen as much. I'd rather do a Retro 51 fountain pen than a Caran d'Ache fountain pen now, if you can believe that. So, I'm working on the Kakuyo sketch notebooks, getting a source to help me ship that in Japan. So I'm gonna swag up the shop, but the $8.49 is a little bit more than a swag item. It's expensive. It'd probably be, I don't even know, in the $30 guessing range. So I don't know, something I'm playing around with. It does fit the Jetstream refill, which is great. I won't replace that because those Goliath refills are expensive. But yeah, so reloading the Pen Addict swag shop. No, I don't think $30 is bad for those at all. But their base $8.49s are what, like like $20? Aren't they pretty cheap? Like your standard walk into store on the counter $8.49 display. How much are those? Only like 18, 20, 22, something. So I don't know, could be wrong, but I think that's about what they are. I'm just saying more relative price. It's in the grand scheme, it's not expensive. Sure, stores carry $8.49s. I've seen them at like bookstores and things like that. Caran d'Ache gets around. I love the $8.49 though. So yeah, messing around with that. Yes, that was hilarious. I'm gonna I have that article saved. Thanks for sending that. Put it in the chat. It was pretty funny. Oh, I got it here. I got it right here. I'll put it in the chat. All right, let's look at this, and then I probably got to wrap it up for today. I really didn't get much chance to get things done before I streamed this morning, so I got to get things done. All right. How to choose a writing instrument. Reject the newsletter. I will reject the newsletter. How to choose a writing instrument and what it says about you. All right. Ballpoint pen. Let me guess. You probably have a great idea for a book that you've been meaning to write, but haven't gotten actually around to starting. That's pretty accurate. Fountain pen. You don't use contractions because you think that they degrade the language, and your epigraphs are all in Latin. You include epigraphs in everything you write. That's a little pretentious. That's your classic pretentious fountain pen user. I'm not sure. We might have to have a Pen Addict version of this, right? How to choose a writing instrument and what it says about the pen addict in you. That might be a different article. Electric typewriter. All your protagonists are thinly veiled versions of yourself. You order rye at bars and secretly think that you should have been alive in the 60s. This is pretty much Anna. I'd say this one's accurate. Jesse, you can tell Anna I said that. That seems to describe her fairly. Although that was electric typewriter. Manual typewriter. You spend $600 on a typewriter that you've used twice. That's definitely Anna. Number 2 pencil. You keep one behind your ear because you think it looks writerly, but exclusively use it to jot down to-do lists. Partially accurate. Not completely. I think it's usable in the back of the ear for more than to-do lists. Pencil you can only sharpen with a pocket knife. You have gone camping 2 or 3 times in your life and bring it up at least once per conversation. I'm going to go accurate on that one. Can I close this? Thank you. That's fairly accurate. Fairly accurate on that one. Mechanical pencil, you're taking notes in an Algebra 2 class. I don't even know what that means. Like mechanical pencil. I don't know. We use it more than that. MacBook, you like the idea of hiking more than you actually like hiking and impressed with yourself for liking the Beatles. Somewhat accurate. Not much. 10% accurate. Desktop computer, you're either a serious writer who needs to be cut off from distraction in order to focus completely on your art, or you are 65 years old. I don't know what that means. Red pen, you're either grading undergraduate papers or you're a sociopath. That's fair. I think that's pretty fair. All you red pen ink users. That's why I don't use red ink, because I'm not a sociopath. Micron called out specifically. Your notebook is the type with the grid dots because you think that lines constrain your creativity, but you still need to write straight. Amen. Preach. Quill, you've gone to the Renaissance Fair unironically. Please, for all of our sakes, stop calling women m'lady. Fair. Fair. Tablet, you type with a single finger. Not true. Not true. Oh gosh, this book is called The White Man's Guide to the White Male Writers of the Western Canon. I don't even want to know what that is. Whoops, that's a thing. It's a whole thing right there. So yeah, Micron, I can feel you. Typewriter, yeah, I can feel you. Pencil, you can sharpen with a pocket knife like a carpenter pencil. Yeah, I can feel you. That's pretty good. But I think we could do a Pen Addict's guide to doing this. You know, I think like Anthony has done that. Anthony UK Fountain Pens did something similar before. I could definitely put together a Pen Addict's list for things like that. All right, what else do we need to talk about before I wrap it up for today? If I didn't fully explain, I will be streaming as normal on Thursday. Let me take this off the screen because it's flashing. Normal stream time on Thursday. We'll see what I've packed for Drum Ghouls. I'll bring my Drum Ghouls pen kit that I'm going to bring to the shop to travel with. We'll bring that, talk about that. We'll recap all the mistakes I made on the podcast this week. We're recording at our normal time tomorrow. So 10 a.m. Eastern, we'll be on the live stream. Then it'll publish later in the afternoon. Yeah, that's kind of about it. I got a busy week this week, so I'm trying to get some things done before going out of town. I am traveling to Houston, Texas to Drum Ghouls, a pen shop in Houston, to do a thing with them on Saturday I'll just be hanging out with Pilot USA and David Oscarson for their in-store events, and I'll just be there looking pretty and sharp in my plaid shirts and pointy hair. So that's the plan right now. We're going to have good weather in Houston, it appears. So that's a good question, Jesse. I might, if I can get good internet in there. I think that's a great idea. And I'm even going to bring an extra microphone to do audio interviews. So we're going to see. That's the other thing. That's kind of going hand in hand with me traveling to shows to not work, is to do more work stuff, right? To not sell behind a table so I can create more content stuff. So I'm going to start that a little bit at this Drum Ghouls event, see what I think. Where are we at on that Switch purchase? I looked at them more last week. They actually had a $25 off coupon on Amazon, and I didn't buy it. So ask the Pilot rep about bringing Vermilion 845s. You can bet that's on the list, because I would probably leave with one from there if he had them. That I will get caught up in the moment. Like if he brings some really crazy stuff that I can leave with, I would get caught up in the moment. That would be one of them. Yep, for sure. So yeah, so that's the plan. Remind me, Jesse, if you see me goofing off taking pictures, and say, hey Brad, why aren't you filming any of this? Why don't you go put up a live stream for any of this? Yell at me and I'll see what I can do. Because like I said, circling back, this is my idea I want to explore for next year. So when I travel, so this will be like a quick thing I can try. So that's the plan. But yeah, that's it. IG Live or roaming Twitch? I would say, good question. I don't know yet. If I think I can get like an hour in, I would put it on Twitch. We'll just have to see. More colors in the E95s. They're about due for a refresh, I would say. More colors, and they need more colors in everything across the board, except the Metropolitan. They've done all the colors, and the Explorer. We don't need more of those. We just don't need more of that pen to exist ever, period. Rest of it, more colors. All right, so I will follow me on the socials, and I'll if I'm going live anywhere, I will post it on Twitter. That's the best place to follow any like informational type of stuff. And I will try to do my best. We're gonna have a long day Friday because they're gonna do. I get in Friday afternoon, and they're going to have a viewing party in store for Astros Game 1 of the World Series. So I'll be there till who knows when. Friday night, and they'll be there all day Saturday, and then I fly home Sunday. So, Pen Addict members, if any of y'all members, I will have refill out Sunday night. We're gonna do a trip recap for that one, and that's it. It should be fun. So, yeah, if you don't see me online, yell at me, and I'll get online and do some live stuff. So we'll certainly do it. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all are awesome. I'll talk to you later.